Don't go nowhere. Let me give you one. My lady. The sweetest one. I wanna touch you, baby. You're my lady, and I love you, girl. Ooh. Don't you get nowhere. I love you, I need you, I want you, baby.
Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am the Lady of the Throne, where God dwells within me as me, and I'm here to talk to you guys about astrology. All right, this is going to be what is coming up. What is the astrological forecast for all 12 zodiac signs? For those of you who are new to my channel, or for those of you who are new to spirituality, should I say, some of you may know this, but some people are new to spirituality and that's understanding. You have to understand that astrological zodiac signs can tell you almost everything that there is to know about events in life as well as personalities. And it is something that had become dumbed down over time as just like something really fun to do. However, we all know that there's so much truth to it. So being that this is the month of June, where there is going to be a whole lot of truth and authenticity coming through the cosmos, that means that a lot of people are going to be shifting into the wonderful world of universal consciousness, awareness, and expansion. So being that this is going to be such a remarkable shift that's happening for a lot of people, you can blame it on the sign of Gemini. Gemini is the reason why. Reason why I say that is because there is a new moon in the sign of Gemini on June 6th. Anytime there is a new moon in Gemini, this is positive for communications. It is also about deep thinking, creative self-expression, because Gemini is all about communication. So there's going to be opportunities to socialize with like-minded people, as well as opportunities for newbies to spirituality to hear a lot of things and to learn a lot more about spirituality and how that works together with astrology, and how this all ties into religion, and how all of that makes sense in the real world. So a lot of people are getting more invested, more involved, and more of an understanding of how things work. And it's going to be widely accepted as something that is not a bad thing, but something that is actually a lot of truth involved. So this is what the new moon in Gemini is going to do. Now on the 21st, or around the 21st of June, there is a full moon, and this one is in the sign of Capricorn. Okay, now that's really interesting because we go from Gemini to Capricorn, way left, right? We go into this air energy, a lot of communication coming through, and then we go right into the sign of Capricorn, which is that earth energy, and that brings in a strong sense of self-empowerment, reaching milestones, okay, making some type of achievement on a personal level, okay. And this has a lot to do with entrepreneurship for some of you guys who are wanting to go into the fields of entrepreneurship or business. This is a good prospect in, for that, if you guys are, thinking in that way. Also, this full moon is happening at the start of summer, okay? So the start of summer is on the 20th, and then you have that full moon coming right at the beginning of summer. So the moon is making a big introduction around this time. What the moon is going to be doing here is making a universal milestone, or a huge leap into a whole other intuitive cosmic forecast, all on its own. And what this means is that the moon takes the lead as boss, okay? Which means that there is a sense of leadership that is going to be coming through to a lot of people, all right? This sense of leadership and understanding that the moon does have an authoritative role in the world, being that it is a part of God's dualistic light platforms, or should I say light creations. So we have the sun and we have the moon, right? But this is when the moon takes the rightful place as, okay, I'm a big boss here, because it's not just the sun, it's the moon too. So what happens with that type of dynamic, and this is all metaphors, right? But it's also real. And what this means is that as this energy works through human beings, you guys may come into a more enlightened mindset about your role in society around this time, and who you want to be, what you have accomplished, and what you want to do moving forward. This month of June is actually positive. To say that it is in the summer month, it is very, very positive. I mean, June's always in the summertime, right? But what I mean is these two specific moons are happening at the start of summer, which means that that kind of fire and that kind of light is going to be born in a lot of people. A lot of individuals are going to awaken to a new passion like no other for whatever dreams or aspirations that they may have. And a lot of people will be saying a lot of things around that new moon in Gemini around the 6th of June. So pay attention to that energy as well. It's also going to be Father's Day on the 16th of June. And happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. And it's also Juneteenth happening on June 19th. And so Juneteenth is a time to celebrate as well. That was a big milestone, right? So all of these events are piling up on each other, but the good thing about it is that it is going to bring out some positive working relations with other people, right? Positively, very, very positive. All right, so let's go ahead and get into, okay, Scorpio, this is for June 2024. Rebuking all evil in the mighty name of Jesus. Do not come on this channel if you have bad intentions, okay? Scorpio, this is for those of you who are actually into spirituality and those of you who are open to spiritual information, all right? So this is for June. This is going to be your messages for the following month, or the upcoming month, should I say, since I am doing this ahead of time. All right, so for June, what I am picking up here intuitively is that you guys are really going to be taking the lonely road in the month of June. You may be deciding to do a lot of things for yourself, by yourself, on your own. And it can be something that it just has to happen that way. A lot of you guys are staying away from situations that may cause you disease and frustration, you know, like things that make you feel uncomfortable, things that make you feel like you really can't feel like yourself. So I think that you guys are staying away from things, and you may have to go into a really isolated place, or a really restrained or restricted place or environment. in the month of June. And it can be because this is something that you are being pushed into, because maybe it's because of circumstances, okay? And this can be, of course, my guidance is for male or female, right? This can be for anyone who may be experiencing this, but I always say come back and check to see if the messages are actually resonating with you when the month of June plays out. So like mid-month or the end of the month. But a lot of you guys are in this place where you really find yourself backing down from everyone, backing down from everything. Kind of like having to really train yourself not to do certain things, really having to train yourself to not say certain things, really having to have restraint. And I think that this is because you're surrendering. You're surrendering your need to control, letting go of old ideas and expectations that you used to have as well. This is where you realize that this mountain may be a little too tall for you to climb, whether that be a social situation you're dealing with, or a mental health situation you're dealing with, or an emotional situation you're dealing with. But a lot of you guys are bearing some burdens from the past, and also letting go of false perceptions of yourself at the same time. Whatever you have told yourself, whatever that self-talk has been, you're learning to let that go in June. You're learning to stop telling yourself certain things about yourself in the month of June. Letting go of judgments that you have towards yourself. And also making space to allow other people's judgment about you to just be what it is. It's like, I think you guys are coming to this point where you're so restricted from doing and saying certain things. It feels like a caged bird. It does feel like someone just caged. It does feel like that, because it's just like you just really can't. It's really something going on where it's just like anything that it feels like a person who has lost their desire. Like you've lost your desires. Like there isn't anything that you're really in tune with, that you actually like in the month of June. Like, it's, say for instance, if you guys like to binge watch TV shows, I don't feel like you guys are really into that. I'm just using this as an example, as one of the things you may actually have a passion for. I don't see you being engaged in it in June. I feel like it's something that has really created a blockage for you guys. And I don't feel like you're in tune with that. That's what I'm getting here. It's just something that you just have to stop trying to fight, and stop trying to put your time, energy, or money into going harder against the grain. Because when you go against the grain, it doesn't work out. You guys are tapping out. I feel like this is a full-blown tap out. Like, you're just like, you know what? I just can't. Right? So this is interesting. But I think that there is something here about your desires, and when it comes to your pleasures, things that you make you feel good, things that please you, things that normally would, it's just not in that area for you guys in June. There's something here about relationship problems coming up with different people. It doesn't have to be just love relationships. It can be family relationships. It could be anything, but problems like that comes up. There's something about deep and hurtful emotions coming up. It's going to be in a very emotional, sensitive kind of month for you guys. And being that that's your natural way of being, is going to be very interesting to see how that is going to be the overarching theme of the month for you guys. Just a lot of emotions, and you being in your feelings about a lot. This is an energy where I feel like you have this inner truth. Deep down inside, you already knew that you already knew deep down inside, like, the real reason behind the feeling that you're feeling in June. However, this is going to be a time where you go into that deep, dark place even more. And you just like hide in yourself. It does give me this feeling of a person trying to get inside of their own body even more. It's just like if you could just go inside of yourself and never come back out. Like it's just like that. It's just like not wanting to be outward, not wanting to be extroverted, being super introverted, super like just in a huddle. Like I don't want to do anything, and I don't want to think about anything. I don't even want to be who I was. Like I don't even want to talk to people. Like it's just really this like super Scorpio energy, super emotional, super, is really, really taking a toll is what I'm getting here. And it's just like a lot of things going on. So if you find yourself feeling really sensitive about things, then that could be why, because that's the energy that's coming up. And that's all I have.